Good morning, I'm Akanksha Upadhyay. Let's begin with the main stories. Government staff receiving salary for mere attendance, extra allowance up to 200% for working, blatant abuse of state coffers. Attorney General takes over jurisdiction of Ministry of Law and Law Commission, raises possibility of conflict among state authorities themselves. International chemical weapons experts finally inspect the site of a suspected attack near Damascus, which caused an international crisis. And Barcelona romps to fourth successive Copa del Rey title with a crushing win over Sevilla. Manchester United storms into FA Cup final. Let's begin with the latest national political updates. The Constitution of the country has provisioned Attorney General as the government's legal advisor who can debate on cases on behalf of the government. Attorney General Agni Kharel, however, is often found to engage himself in activities supposed to be performed by the Ministry of Law and the Law Commission. Attorney General Kharel is currently busy in drafting model laws for provincial and local governments. Instead of contributing in boosting capabilities of government's lawyers on state-related cases, most of his time has recently been spent on the activities of Law Facilitation Committee, which is under his coordination. The Ministry of Law and the Law Commission are primarily responsible for formulating the country's laws. Attorney General Kharel has taken the ministry's responsibility by himself, which has drawn criticism from different quarters. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has centralized powerful government authorities under his own command right after assuming the office. He has recently brought the office of Attorney General as well under his jurisdiction. This has also rendered a gap in communication of the Attorney General's office along with government's lawyers with the Ministry of Law. Analysts say that the centralization of power by the Prime Minister's office would not only affect daily execution of works but also lead to conflict among different state organs. Now, the government employees receive salaries and other facilities from the government for performing their duties. Employees of some government offices, however, receive additional allowance merely for carrying out their daily responsibilities. In the previous fiscal year, staff at Nepal Rashtra Bank received a total allowance of 1,340 million rupees. The staff received 201% additional encouragement allowance. Similar scenario is seen in the Election Commission. The Commission spent above 109.7 million rupees on its staff and security personnel in the name of food stipend, meeting allowance, overtime duty and mobile phone recharge benefits in a single year, which is 121% more than their regular salary. Likewise, staff of the Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority receive from 50 to 100% of additional allowance. This is same with the Supreme Court, Office of the Attorney General and Finance Ministry, among others. Parliament Secretariat provides an 80% additional allowance, while Prime Minister's office provides up to 35% to their staff. The President and Vice President's office, where workloads are relatively lesser, also distribute their staff additional 50% allowance. This practice of giving extra allowance started 10 years back in customs and tax offices aimed at alleviating tax leakages. The practice was adopted by other government offices in the following years after their staff demanded for the same. However, instead of encouraging the staff to work more efficiently or prevent corruption, this type of provision has only brought division among the employees who receive and don't receive such benefits and rendered the entire state administration ineffective. Now, Ministry for Foreign Affairs Pradeep Gewali has said that the government of China was ready to expedite implementation of the past bilateral agreements. He made the remark after returning home from his 6-day state visit to the northern neighbor. He said that discussion on the viability and comprehensive project report of the proposed railway linking Kerong, Kathmandu, Pokhara and Lumbini was also held during the visit. Speaking with journalists at the Tribhuvan International Airport right after arrival, Minister Gewali said that both the sides were on the same page regarding the dry-port, railway roads, air transport, electricity and communication aspects between the two nations. He said that the Chinese government was positive towards boosting bilateral trade and cooperation along with operation and upgrading border transits. Foreign Minister Gawali added that the Nepalese side also stressed on the need of formulating a timetable to implement the projects supported by the Chinese government. He said the meetings with the Chinese officials also dwelt on boosting investment, promoting agriculture and tourism, along with exchange of high-level visits between the two countries. We'll take a short break here. For more news, stay with us. Welcome back. It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Your question: what's your take on government staff getting paid for mere attendance and extra allowance for working? Your options are A, having an upper hand, B, abuse of state coffers, and C, motivation to work. The voting for the question is on. You can type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 8080 to share your opinions with us. Now, a majority of pathology labs in the country are found to be operating illegally. A pathology lab in New Baneshwar, for instance, had issued a report of kidney failure after ongoing blood test on a 20-month-old child. However, another round of tests revealed that the report was faulty. Likewise, many pathology labs in the capital were found to be charging differing and exorbitant charges for thyroid tests. Such an irregularity on the part of pathology labs is rampant in the capital. However, there has been no monitoring and action against the ones operating such labs without even government's permission. The government's manual on establishment and operation of laboratories is already in place. Government officials, however, claim that action could not have been taken against the illegally operated labs due to inadequate legal provisions. It's crucial on the part of the government to come up with concrete measures in order to curb such a malpractice that is directly related to the public's health. It's now time to go to our segment Public Voice. And yesterday we had asked the residents of Chitwan, Butwal and Thapa regarding what should be done to control quality-less pathology laboratories charging arbitrary prices. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
मूल्यको कुरा, त्यसपछि उपकरणको कुरा, त्यो जनशक्तिको कुरा के कस्तो छ भनेर स्पष्ट रूपमा सरकारले बेला-बेलामा अनुगमन गरेर त्यसलाई चाहिँ कार्यान्वयन गर्नुपर्छ।
सरकारले चाहिँ अलि सस्तो दरमा अब प्र्याक्टिसनरहरु राम्रो टेक्निक्सहरु राम्रो ल्याउनु पर्यो।
एउटामा एउटा मूल्य र अर्कोमा अर्को थरी मूल्य हुनु भएन।
किटहरु चाहिँ सकेसम्म गुणस्तरीय किट युज गरेर एकरूपता शुल्क ल्याउनु पर्छ।
कारबाही पनि गर्नु पर्यो। अब कारबाही गरेन अनुगमन गरेको भरले त चल्दैन।
प्रयोगशालाहरुमा कति पैसा लिने हो यसको रेट दर सरकारले नै तोकिदिए राम्रो हुन्थ्यो।
Time now for the international update. International chemical weapons experts have finally inspected the site of a suspected attack near Damascus, which caused an international crisis. The team from the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, OPCW, traveled to the town of Douma and collected samples and other items. Last week, Western states bombed several Syrian government sites in retaliation for suspected attack on 7th of April. Syria and Russia, which now controls Douma, deny chemical arms were used. More than 70 people are said to have died on 7th of April. The joint military response by the US, UK and France followed a war of words with Russia, Syria's main military ally. Western officials fear that the evidence of the alleged double chemical attack may have been tampered with. However, important traces of toxic chemicals would probably still be present in the environment and in the remains of victims. Alasdair Hay, professor of environmental toxicology at University of Leeds, told AFP news agency. We have more news coming up, but right now we'll take yet another short break.
Sports news.
Barcelona clinched their fourth straight Copa del Rey title, crushing Sevilla 5-0 in the tournament final late last night in Madrid. Barcelona raced to a 3-0 lead in the first half itself. Luis Suarez began the goal rampage in the 14th minute, utilizing a cross from Felipe Coutinho. Lionel Messi doubled the lead in the 31st minute, while Suarez added one more goal before the first half following a Messi assist. Andres Iniesta made it 4-0 shortly into the second half. Coutinho sealed a 5-0 win through a spot kick in the 69th minute. This is Ernesto Valverde's first title as the Barcelona coach, while Barcelona's 30th overall Copa del Rey title. Manchester United stormed into the finals of the FA Cup with a 2-1 victory over Tottenham. In the semi-final played in Wembley last night, Manchester United had to come from behind to win the match and place in the finals. Tottenham started the match well, taking the lead in the 11th minute with a goal by Dele Alli. Manchester United clawed back into the match with an equaliser through Alexis Sanchez in the 24th minute. Following a 1-1 interval score, it was Andre Herrera who found the winner for the Manchester United team in the 62nd minute. The hard-earned victory propelled Jose Mourinho's Manchester United into the 20th FA Cup final. The second semi-final between Chelsea and Southampton is slated for 7:45 p.m. kickoff later this evening. Royal Challengers Bangalore registered a convincing 6 wickets victory over Delhi Daredevils in a match under Indian Premier League last night. Sent into bat first, Delhi posted 175 runs for the loss of 5 wickets. After a bad start, Delhi innings was given momentum by an enterprising partnership between Rishabh Pant and Shreyas Iyer. Rishabh scored a hard-hitting 85 runs, while Iyer provided good support with 52 runs. Chasing 176 runs for victory, the home team RCB achieved the target in 18 overs. AB de Villiers led the charge with an unbeaten 90 runs. The blistering knock came off mere 39 balls, including 10 fours and 5 sixes. Meanwhile, in the first match yesterday, Kings 11 Punjab defeated Kolkata Knight Riders by 9 wickets under Duckworth-Lewis system. Sunrisers Hyderabad takes on Chennai Super Kings, followed by a clash between Rajasthan Royals and Mumbai Indians in the matches slated for today. Robin Shrestha bagged a gold medal for Nepal in the South Asian Judo Championship. Phupu Lamu Khatri, who was hoping to bring home a gold, however, settled for a silver. Robin became the only one among 7 players who took part to win a gold medal in the first day of the championship being held at the Army Training Centre in Lagan Hill. Robin had partnership in the under 100 kg category. He defeated Nepal's Suryaman Lama, Sri Lanka's Bandula Baijala and Muhammad Abdul Kalam of Bangladesh to win the gold. Nepal's Raj Joshi won a silver in 100 kg plus category. Pakistan's Shah Hussain clinched the gold, while Nepal's Shiva Bahadur Baram, who had competed in the same category, failed to win any medals. Nepal had to settle for another silver in the under 19 kg category as well. Sumitra Rai took a bronze medal under women's under 48 kg category. Likewise, Devika Khadka bagged a bronze in the 52 kg category. Leela Adhikari had to settle for a silver in the 57 kg category. Nepal's Manita Pradhan Shrestha bagged bronze medal in the same category, while gold medal went to India's Anita Angom. India's Suniwala Devi stunned Phupu Lamu Khatri in the under 63 kg category to win a silver. Phupu had defeated Suniwala Devi in 12 South Asian Games to grab a gold medal. The result Phupu was unable to produce this time around. In total, Nepal won 1 gold, while India took 4 and Pakistan 2 on the first day of the championship. Participants will compete in the second day today for 7 gold medals. And now, before we wrap up, here's a look at the top stories one more time. Government staff receiving salary for mere attendance, extra allowance up to 200% for working, blatant abuse of state coffers. Attorney General takes over jurisdiction of Ministry of Law and Law Commission, raises possibility of conflict among state authorities themselves. international chemical weapons experts finally inspect the site of a suspected attack near Damascus, which caused an international uproar. And Barcelona ramps to fourth successive Copa del Rey title with a crushing win over Sevilla. Manchester United storms into FA Cup final. That's all for the moment. Our next bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Stay with us for more news and entertainment on KTV HD. Have a great day.